Everybody like sees like all the bullshit going on in their lives, but it's not until like something happens in someone's life that makes it like flips a switch for them.
I would sit here and taste the food. Here, tell me how this tastes. And eat it like, oh yeah, it's good. So I always loved the kitchen. So I always had a passion for the kitchen.
I think people don't ask enough questions for like why they do.
Getting in shape or like going to school, trying to get
so
different like career path or something.
And then it's crazy because I always went away from that passion, try to do other things. Like I got my CDLs, I made music. I was into everything but the cooking, what my passion was.
Yeah. Underrated, we the underdogs, underestimated.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Totem Podcast. Of course, Monico right here, your host, but of course we got here
Eric. I'm your other co-host here on the show. We're in active rebellion is the question. Welcome, guys.
Cool. So yeah, if you guys haven't yet, our guest today, you should have tried him by now. If you haven't, you're really missing out. But we got Freddie. How you doing, man?
Everything is good, man. How you guys doing?
No, pretty good, dude.
I feel bad because I haven't tried one of the hot dogs yet.
You haven't been to the club? Nah, I would have remembered your face.
Well, we went to the first food truck Friday, and like I was in line, and we were literally like the next people up, and then that's when you sold out.
Oh man, listen, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't know the turnout was gonna be the way it was. I mean, so everybody under prep, they didn't want to sit here and throw out food, so everybody sold out.
Yeah, no, it was good. No, and I did. I mean, for me too, I went to. I was like, dude, I need to try them out because I mean, talked to Juan a lot. He's like, dude, you gotta try them. And every time I would go, dude, you're like, I was like, fuck, man, when do I get to get one? You know, and I finally got one, dude, and it was I want to say it was deer. Was it deer or what was
the elk?
The elk one. Yeah, that's
elk.
the one. That was my first one I had, and then that, of course, the one Juan's favorite. That one's good for sure.
I had the for the second food truck Friday, we did I had gator.
I didn't try this.
It was good.
From Juan said from the Riverside Park.
Yeah, he said from Riverside.
Fucking guy.
So for the people who don't know you, can you just give like little breakdown of who you are and what you do?
Well, I'm Freddie Gaetan. Everybody asks me if my name is. They ask me what's my name, and it's like Freddie's New York Hotdogs. I'm not gonna say my name is Freddie in this, but yeah, my name is Freddie Gaetan. I've been out here for about 5 years. I came out here for Cargill. Everybody got that same story. And I seen what Cargill was about, so I was always passionate about cooking, and I was always that little kid at all the parties, in the kitchen, and my moms and my aunts always sit here and feeding me the food, so that's why I got my passion for cooking. So I got all that old school techniques, but I've been out here 5 years, and I've been doing a hot dog cart for 2 years. Last year I was in Queens. I was only out Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. This year I'm out from Monday to Saturday. Sunday my day off, but I'm prepping for the rest of the week. I mean, so.
Yeah, so you're born and raised. I mean, your background's you're Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I'm Puerto Rican from the Bronx.
From the Bronx, like how was I mean, I just want to know, like, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it seems like you've seen some shit in life, like you've seen like lived some different stuff, like in the Bronx compared to like here.
Yeah,
like, life is way different. Like,
yeah, it was way different over there. I grew up with my, my father was in my life, but it was picking me up for the holidays and summer vacation and all that. So my father stood in New York, and my mother, she wound up going to Bridgeport, Connecticut. So we migrated to Bridgeport, Connecticut, and I was just back and forth. Summertime, I go to New York because Orchard Beach is out there. I'm from the Bronx, I mean, so summertime was crazy out there. And then the wintertime, I go home to Hartford, Connecticut to my mother.
How was it growing up in like New York? Because I've never been in New York, and I just gotta imagine it's gotta be way fucking different than it is.
They just show like the city, like the city lights, like, you know, like, oh, it's all cool, but
yeah, the glamour. Yeah, that's if you go to Times Square. But if you go to the Bronx, that's where I'm from. It's real crazy out there, especially now. Like nowadays, the youth growing up, like they're reckless right now. So the Bronx is crazy right now, man. Everybody's getting hit up, and it's just. It's not a place to be, and it's crazy for me to sit here and say that about my own hometown, but it's true.
Was that one of the things that kind of maybe made you like move out of there or come over here? Or was it mainly like the job? Like
it was the job, man. I ain't gonna lie, man, because when I graduated school, even Disney World, man, they want to sit here and start you off $9, $10 an hour. You can't make no living out there. Disneyland, I mean, so I saw Cargill on Craigslist, and it hired me. He sat here and paid for my plane ticket from Florida over here and gave me a room for like a month. And I went back, and it was different, man. It was like everybody was stuck in the same place. So then I went back, and I was like, nah, I'm good. So I came back. I missed Fort Morgan. I've been here ever since.
So I mean, help me kind of get in timeline, because you grew up in the Bronx. Because then I seen that you went to college in Florida.
In Florida, yeah.
So what got you going down to Florida? From Florida, you came out here, but then what got you down to Florida?
Well, it was I was in the Bronx. I stood in the Bronx till maybe I was like 8 years old.
Okay.
And then we migrated to Bridgeport, Connecticut. So then I was in Connecticut all the way till maybe like 21, 22 years old. And then we migrated to Florida. And because it was just, I went to Florida one time for a vacation, and that's what they say. You sit here and go one time over there for vacation, you're going to want to sit here and move out there. And that's what I did. But it was not a place to go, man. Like, the price of living doesn't match the wages.
Okay.
And so I seen Cargill and ran with that.
Okay. What did you study in college?
Culinary arts. I got my associate's degree in culinary arts. So I'm a chef.
Yeah.
But
okay, cool.
And what pushed you to do that?
like I said, I was that kid at all the parties. I mean, like I always loved the food. I mean, my aunts. I knew all the gossip of my uncles because my aunts is. I mean, talking all that mess over there inside the kitchen and all that. But I would sit here and taste the food. Here, tell me how this tastes, and eat it. Like, oh yeah, it's good. And so I always loved the kitchen. So I always had a passion for the kitchen. And it's crazy because I always went away from that passion, try to do all the other things. Like I got my CDLs, I made music. I wasn't to everything but the cooking, what my passion was.
Why do you think you faded kind of away from it? Like,
Because it was the lifestyle, man. You gotta love that lifestyle, man. It was especially like now I'm lucky I'm doing my own thing with the business, but working in restaurants, man, like you have no life whatsoever. Like you in there in the morning time and you ain't out till midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Like I was the kitchen manager for the Mav over here, also.
It got to be pretty tough too. Like starting out, trying to like find a job, trying to get into like somewhere like in a restaurant when you like first graduate from
yeah, that's why I had to sit here and go to college. I didn't want to really go to college. I had no choice though because I was in Florida, and with my background, it was hard to find a job. Like I wasn't trying to sit here and make money in McDonald's or whatever, but I wasn't trying to sit here and be on the same bullshit I was when I was in Connecticut. I mean, so I had to change. You understand? So, but I went to school and did it. I mean, a couple years. It was like 18 months. Graduated my associate's degree in culinary arts. So,
what made you like realize that you had to like do something different with your life?
My kids, man, they get old. You know, when they little, it's all cute, but then when they get older and they start understanding, that's when you be like, oh yeah, I gotta change. I gotta do something.
How old are your kids now?
I got Freddie Ellis is 20, Kaylani is 22, Willie is 26, and Jadianette is 26 and Willie is 28.
Okay.
I got 4. I'm already a grandfather.
Okay. But then what age was it when we were just like, dude, I need to do something fucking different? Like,
it was late. I ain't gonna lie. It was late. It was like in my 30s. I was raised. My father was a hustler in New York, and so I was around that. That's all I was around. So that's all I went to. I had no. I wasn't trying to sit here and work. I tried working and all that, but it wasn't for me.
yeah.
It's something we talk about here too a lot. That like everybody like sees like all the bullshit going on in their lives, but it's not until like something happens in someone's life that makes like flips a switch for them, whether it's like getting in shape or like going to school, trying to get
so
different like career path or something.
There's one thing that happened. I used to make music, and I was into some bullshit, man. And we made diss tracks. I mean, and we wound up sitting here beefing with another clique. And one time, they caught me slipping. I was drunk, and they caught me at the Brosterant, across the street from the Brosterant. It's Hartford, Connecticut. And I don't even remember what happened because I was so drunk. But they told me that the guys that I was sitting here beefing with, they were all there. And I mean, they jumped me and all that. So, and I caught the beat down on my life. But I got back up from it, I mean, so. And
But you don't remember it.
But I don't remember. And I think that on some real shit, like, I started getting real spiritual. I think God did that for a reason that I didn't remember it, because like the retaliation wasn't as crucial if I would have remembered somebody sitting here beating me down. I mean, so it's lucky I was drunk. I mean, so
you just kind of woke up and you're like, okay,
yeah,
whatever.
I woke up like a couple of weeks later in my house, like out of what the hell's going on? I mean, like jaw wired up, like yeah.
Wait, a couple of weeks later?
Like a couple of weeks later, like
shit.
out of remembering the shit. I was so drugged up, like they broke my jaw, like right here and right here. Reconstructive surgery I got.
Dang.
I mean, so
is that one of the things that you're just like, dude, I need to...
Not really, because I was still on the bullshit after that. I mean, because it was with the music, so it was just it. Even though I caught like the bad end of it, it was letting me know that the music I was making was powerful if it's making you sit here and retaliate against me like that, because it was just words. You understand what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
No, I'm just always interested to know kind of like what kind of that flip the switch was, because like for me, I mean, I have kids, I have a daughter too. And
yeah.
It's like, I think people don't ask enough questions for like why they do, or why you doing this. For me, it was like, I just sat there and asked myself like, I mean, you have daughters. I mean, I don't know if you have yet, but it's like, or anyone listen to, but it's like, I was just like, like the man I am right now, would I want my daughter to marry a man like how I am right now? Because that's all she's learning. That's all she's seeing. So it's like, obviously, if that's all you're around, that's all you're seeing, you get accustomed to it. So it's like, that's the standard. And I felt like the standard was here. And I was like, no, we all want the best, but we're not the best. So I was like, well, to get the best, I got to be the best. Yeah. So now this is the fucking standard. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that was kind of for me. That's why I was just curious, like you, like if there was something, like, especially with kids, you're just like.
Yeah, because like I said, when I go from that Goo Gaga stage into them, you really having a conversation with your kids, like, and they understanding, and it's like an understanding conversation. Like, it's different, it hit different, you know? Like, that's when you know, like, yeah, I gotta do something different with this, right? You know?
I think for kids, it might like even start like a little younger too, you know? Because like when the kids are like younger, they just absorb everything. Like they can't like talk and shit, right? But then they can like see what's going on.
Yeah, but with me, like when I got into my situation, I got 4 kids. I say 4 kids because when I got with my baby mother in Connecticut, she already had 2 kids. One was just turning 3, and Jadi Annette was 8 months. But I raised them. You understand? Till maybe 5, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. You understand what I'm saying? So they call me dad, and I mean, so those my kids. But when I say I got 4 kids, I always include them. You understand? So, but yeah, them.
Yeah, no, I think a dad's the one that raises, not just the sperm donor. I think it's the one that raises, because there's a lot of those out there that, you know, they just have them and they don't do anything. You know, they don't care for them. They don't do all that stuff, but.
That's funny though. Sperm donor versus a dad.
Oh yeah,
it's the truth. So there's some dads that just they just fucking pump and go, and then they think they're a dad or whatever, but then it's not the guy who like steps into someone's life. Yeah. Is actually like,
I brought my son down here as well. Like maybe it was like a year ago he left. He was just accustomed to the city life. You understand what I'm saying? So he's seen over here. He was like, nah, I'm good with this. It was too slow for him.
Was the city life always better, do you think?
For somebody young, yeah. You know, with all the new stuff going on, the trends and all that going on, of course, you got to see him be where he's at. He wasn't trying to see him be out here.
I mean, to the defense, I feel like I'm young and I don't like the city life. You know,
nah, you don't like the city.
I mean,
it's because you're getting old.
Oh shit, that means I'm getting old. Huh,
I'm 45 years old, my God. I mean, so I cannot go back to the city. Like I'm just too accustomed to this now.
There's pros and cons of everything, I think. But I think if you're young and you don't got like kind of direction, kind of like, I mean, there's old people that still don't know what they want to do with their life. But if you're young, you got too much free time, and you're in the city, you can be in a lot of fucking trouble too. You can go. But, I mean, I personally did some bad stuff when I was in the city too, you know. So it's like, I don't think it's great.
It's fast to pull you in. It pulls you in, and whether you want it or not, it's fast to get you in there. Like,
yeah, just say if you like to drink, like, dude, there's a bar every freaking block, so that can go south really quick. I think.
I haven't been to Denver. I've been to Estes Park.
Okay.
I love Estes Park. I'm on that vibe right there. You know,
Okay.
like I can't be in that city part no more.
The city. You're done with that.
I'm done with it.
So then you come down here. So what was the switch? Where because you came down here because of cargo and stuff, and then you worked at the math, but where you're just like, dude, I'm gonna do my own thing. Like what was you?
Or how long were you at Cargo first?
I wasn't see. Listen, I went to Cargill. Cargill hired me like 3 or 4 times, man. I've been in Cargill back and forth 3 or 4 times. I was trying some other stuff and it didn't work out, so I go back to Cargill and all that. But it was the last time I was in Cargill, and it was just like the bullshit that's in there that people got to sit here and deal with. And then I was looking at all the old people. Shout out all the old people, but I was looking at all the older people than me, because I'm old. I'm 45. I got to be so. All the older people than me, and I was like, man, that cannot be me. My guy, like, no way. I cannot see myself like that. And my passion is cooking, so I said, man, listen, let me do something that nobody's doing over here. So I decided to come with the hot dogs, you know.
Why hot dogs? Why'd you?
I'm from New York, so it's a staple and it's quick, fast. Like, shout out all the food trucks, first and foremost. But there's a lot of places that I go to that you order and it takes 8 minutes, 10 minutes to get your food. In 10 minutes, I'll fling 50 dogs in 10 minutes. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I chose that route right there. And plus, like, the profit on hot dogs right now, man, to me, is better than anything else. You understand? And it's just a hot dog.
Yeah. Now for me, I mean, I'm just thinking of it. Maybe it's me just personally, like with the word. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like I think like the word hot dog kind of like devalues kind of what your dog actually is, because people think a hot dog, they think just some like ghetto ass bun and just some fucking weenies
some
on there.
burnt-ass weenie on
yeah,
there.
and it's like no, dude, like there's a process to the ones you make. So I think like just saying like if people that haven't had, I think they just hear hot dog like, oh yeah, hot dogs. Like no, they're not just hot dogs.
There's a few people that came to the car and I changed their life. Like they'll say, like, I don't like hot dogs, but I'm just listening to everybody, so I'm gonna go get a hot. And they come back and be like, bro, like that's the best hot dog I ever had. And it's just, I put love into it, man. I love what I do. I really do. I love what I do. So I'm too obnoxious to sit here and be working for somebody else, knowing the mind frame that I came from. You understand? Like, no way. Like, I got that hustler's mind frame. So it's just, if I could sell drugs, I could sell hot dogs. You know what I mean? So it's just.
Yeah, if you actually go back to like if you want, I mean, you're from New York, you go back to like the mobsters, like those guys, like, dude, those were some of the best businessmen because they were like thinking this stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's the same thing. You're just changing the product.
Yeah.
It's like the same kind of structure.
I use the same structure, the same concept. I use the same exact thing. Like, I break everything down. I even got a scale that I see and I use. And I weigh out everything. I mean, I'm trying to sit here and get everything. You know, like.
It was interesting what you were saying earlier about, like, you're sitting out, like, Cargill, and you're seeing all these, like, older people there. And because I had a similar experience, because back in college, I worked at Walmart. And then people would be so proud with their badge. 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, and I'm like...
Were you a door greeter, Eric, or were you a checker, or what would you do?
I was a cashier.
A cashier.
Yeah, one of the fastest ones there, whatever.
So did you have a badge too then? The fastest cashier at Walmart?
No, they wouldn't give those. But I saw that badge and I was like, you've been at the same job for 30 years. Like...
And no come up.
And no, it's like, what the fuck? Like, I would expect for someone to be at a job for 30 years, you're climbing up the ladder or some shit. No, they're doing the same job that I'm doing. And it's like,
yeah,
what?
That's crazy.
What the hell?
Yeah.
That kind of like flipped the switch for me even further. I was like,
you gotta do something.
You gotta do something else.
And there's so many avenues now to sit here and get money. Like, you'd be a fool to be broke right now.
Do you think it's, I mean, for both of you guys, do you think it's the person's fault that they're at a job for so long? Or like their environment? Like, what do you think is like?
To me, it's like, you know how you sit here and you have a herd of cows that been behind your barbed wire for years. You take out that barbed wire, they're gonna stay behind there still, thinking that the barbed wire is still there. So that's the same concept with the job. I mean, like, they've been there, cargo got them stuck, and they got them thinking that they're gonna win. That's my thing. Like, you can fool me once, you ain't fooling me twice, though. I mean, like, I seen it for what it was, and so I ran with it. And when I was able to save enough, I mean, I sat here and got what I got. I mean,
did you kind of like think of that, like those things on your own, or was there somebody else, like, do you have like a homie or something, like, dude, come on, man, like, do something? Or was it just you, like?
Nah, it was just me, because lucky, like, I got, like, not the gift of gab. Like, I sit here and I talk to whoever, like, so My first time working at Cargo, I was working at the tender pull line. That was one of the worst jobs, but it's one of the highest paying jobs. I was in Florida. The recruiter came out there. You see me out in Orlando, and what job you want? Give me the highest paying job. Like, all right, we got the tender booth. So I'm like, oh yeah, I got this. Come on, get over there. Whew, it's different.
What did it consist of? Like,
It's the filet mignon.
Okay.
The filet, so you there's no mistakes, and it's like you taking it off the rib, so it's like 17 cuts that you got to sit here and do this way, and then come back down like 14 more cuts, and then you got to sit here and come and bro, like it's like they watch you like a hawk. And I was a knocker too. I was killing cows, man. First time ever, best job I ever had.
Yeah,
best job I ever had. Yeah,
but I think it's like sometimes people get like just comfortable in the job they get. They start off, people just, when they're like hiring them, they promise them all that stuff. They sell it to them, they sweeten it up from like, oh yeah, you'll be here. Then you keep working hard, you can keep leveling up, keep climbing the ladder here. And then people just kind of like, all right, these start working with that promise in mind. And then a few years go by, and then before you know it, they're just at the same spot because they've gotten so comfortable with being there. They're just comfortable getting that consistent pay and all that stuff. And then before they realize it, they're 20 years in, and then it's like, by then they're probably just like,
Cargo make it seem like you can't do nothing else. I already had cooking in the back of my mind, like, so it was just like, I can do something else. You ain't gonna hold me down over here, like. And I made it happen. I had to because I rented a room the first time I sat here and came out here, and then I was on Walnut Street, and then I rented a room. I found a room down the street from Cargill, and I've been there ever since. But it was I needed to do something else, so I went with the business thing with the hot dog. I love food, so I had to sit here and go back to that. So that's what I went to, and it's been working ever since, man. I've been blessed.
No, yeah, and I don't think it's just like jobs like just like Cargill and stuff. There's plenty of other jobs that they're not even that big corporations that people just like kind of always stay there. And it was I saw a video the other day, and it was talking about so it's kind of like the story of like, you know, you go out climbing a mountain. So it's like the mountain of life. You're going up. Let's say the peak is here. You're climbing up. You're almost there to like your goals, your financial goals, and you're here. And then there's like a blockage in the way. So they're like, only way to go around that blockage is to come back down and get this other route to go back up so you can get to the top. But a lot of people are just like, they're gonna lose all this stuff they've done already.
Yeah.
They think they're gonna lose all this stuff to reach to there. So they just like pretty much camp out and get a tent and they stay there. And like, that's their job. Like that's where they stay. And they're like, they're scared to start over.
Yeah.
Because they're scared like, oh, what if it doesn't work? Like,
because think about it though, I seen people
and it's
in
fair.
there.
I think it's fair.
I seen people in there like the old people, like their job, they can't obviously do no knife jobs and no hard jobs, so they just with the squeegee and the blood and the guts inside the little gutter and all that. But it's just like, if they're gonna say they can't start over, they stuck there for life. They gotta retire there because they 65, 70 years old man. I mean, in there doing that, so they can't. They're not trying to start over, bro.
You're in food, dude. You like KFC, dude. The guy was like 65 when he started, or something like that. When he started the KFC business, if that's a good story. Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
When he founded KFC, he was like 65 years old.
I didn't know.
And like, dude, there's KFCs everywhere. So I think if there's a, what is it? If you really want it, like you'll find a way. The thing is like, do you really want it?
That's the thing is like, do people want it? Because some people are just so damn comfortable just having that as their life.
And that's fair.
But that's fine. People can do what they want, but then it's just those people that stay in that life, but then they complain all the time about their life.
It's pride too. Pride kept me from getting a hot dog cart back in the days. Because I was like, I ain't trying to get no hot dog cart. I ain't trying to say
the same at the beginning. He's slaying hot dogs. What a bitch. They're going to be like
bro,
stuff like that.
But if I would have sat here and got a couple of hot dog carts, then I would have been a millionaire by now.
Dude,
bro.
you would have all kinds of hard.
Yeah, I would have been crazy right now, man. Like, so. And I don't want no brick and mortar spot, man. I don't want no brick. I want to sit here and stay with my hot dog cart. I'm trying to say, I don't want no food truck. I worked on a food truck in Florida. The stresses and the hassles behind the scenes, like. Me selling hot dogs, that's the easy part. Man, it's just the behind the scenes, man. That's where it gets you. all the fees and the costs and the prep, and it's just paperwork, and you got to be on point with everything. I mean, so.
And also with the hot dog car, you're more mobile. Like it's
Yeah.
not like a brick and mortar that you just have to wait for people to come to you. Like no, you can go to that event, you can go to this event, you can be all over the place.
Yeah,
too.
I get in everywhere. I get in my car is only 7 foot. It's smaller than this. It's 7 feet by 4 feet. So I'm in there.
You go everywhere.
Yeah, man. Facts.
And are they actually New York style hot dogs?
Yeah, man. Nathan's, man. I come from the Bronx.
Yeah.
I mean, like, and actually, in the Bronx, the old school style hot dogs, they're actually from a brand called Sabrett's. And but the Sabrett's, the prices are ridiculous, man. So I went with Nathan's, the Coney Island. It's still New York. You know, it's Brooklyn, New York.
Nathan's are pretty good.
Nathan's are good though. And if you look at my hot dogs are big. Like you can't buy the hot dogs I got, you can't buy them at the store. Like you see the hot dogs now at the store, them shit's so little. You know, let me tell you, right?
That's what I'm telling you. We have to put it in perspective for people
Bro,
because they think they just see like those little.
I understand what you're saying now because I go to Greeley a lot, and I go get beverages and all that and supplies over there. And there's a guy at Home Depot that sells hot dogs. Now,
Oh yeah, I've seen those. Yeah.
$3.95 for a hot dog. I said $3.95. That's it. I said, all right, let me see. Let me get a hot dog, bro. Like, he had the small hot dog buns. The hot dog was smaller than the hot dog bun, my guy. And I was like, bro, like, if I sold this out here, bro, like, I'll go out of business if I sold that out here. Like, it was crazy. Like, no way. But that's how I elevated, man. I stepped my game up. I'm not trying to do what everybody else doing.
So what was, I mean, for you to make your stuff better and stuff like that, so do you go and like test stuff, like say like other places, like you got to do your market research, you got to know like what other people are doing, so you're like, okay, I want to do it better, or you want to do this, or do you do stuff like that, or
it's just my I get recipes and then I just sit here and twist them. I make my own twist to them, but you can't mess up a hot dog recipe, especially like I say New York style hot dog because my onion sauce. It's like an old school push cart style hot dog onion sauce. So it's cooked in tomatoes and it has a whole bunch of ingredients. I use a lot of ingredients that people are scared to use, even in that recipe right there. But I use them, and that's what makes me stand out. And then I'm Puerto Rican, so I sit here and add my little twist in there. So
I'll take your word for that one. I'm not an onion fan, so I'll take your word for that one.
It's good, bro. It'll change your life.
That sounds bad for you, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude.
So is this air, though, that you breathing out here, man.
You gotta ask the question you ask everybody, though. Because he's always like, oh, you like onions? Yeah, I like onions. What does it taste like? And then you never know what. Like he asked me that, or my mom.
What does it taste like?
Yeah. And we never know what to answer.
And I always tell him, I mean, you're the chef, so I'm not gonna ask you because I always tell everyone, it's like, oh no, man, you gotta have onion and everything. If not, it's not good. And I always tell them, it's like, my personal opinion, I may be wrong. I mean, so we're here to see what you say, but it's like, if you take one ingredient and then you can't make a certain platter, it's trash now. It's not good just because you took one thing out. I mean, if you're good, I think you should be able to shift and adjust to other stuff to be able to kind of compensate.
You have to with gluten allergies, all these allergies now that pop up now, man. You have to. You got to be able to shift on the go, like.
So do you think you can still make something that's good that doesn't have onion?
Of course, my chili don't got onion.
Okay, yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I asked a lot of people, like, no, man, you gotta have the onion. I'm just like, dude, I think if you're good enough, you'll be able to adjust a little bit and make something else.
The tacos. Like when I have tacos out here, like I gotta have the onions and the cilantro on. It's a must, my guy. Like it's just it's different if you don't have it.
I'll take your word for
it. So you don't.
No, dude, no.
Man, you don't partake
forever, dude.
Since ever. You don't know what you're missing, bro.
So
like, you never had it, or you just don't. You're scared to eat it.
Oh, I've had it, and I just hate how it looks and how it tastes. It's just like,
how does it taste though? Because you say it tastes like nothing.
It tastes like shit.
You say it tastes like nothing. You're like, it tastes like nothing. Why even put it in?
No, I ask you guys, what do you taste like? Oh, it doesn't taste like nothing. So why do you put it in if it doesn't taste like nothing then? That's what I tell them.
It just gives us like a umami. That's what it's like in the culinary world. Umami is like just elevation of flavor. I mean, like you need it's like, if you see you gotta eat a taco without the cilantro and onions, and then eat one with it, and then you'll realize what I'm trying to say.
But I mean, I like salsa.
Yeah.
Like if it's blended, like dude, yeah, I'll eat it, But I just don't want the pieces.
Okay.
I think it's more of a texture thing.
I don't know.
I'm a texture freak too when it comes to food. Like certain foods I can't eat because of the texture. Like Like I can't eat like tres leches cake. I heard it's delicious, but
dude, you're missing out, bro. You're missing out, man.
It's the wet. It's the wetness. Is that
wet and soggy.
I can't. Yeah, I can't do it. I mean, like I can't do. That's why I toast my buns on the hot dog cart because I can't give you no soggy bun. No way.
Dude, I was gonna add. Now that you're talking about soggy buns, the hot dog contest, like how yours is, but the ones on TV, they fucking just soak it in the bun and.
Yeah, because
how's your like hot dog contest and stuff?
The hot dogs that you get on my cart are not the hot dogs that you get that they're consuming on the hot dog eating contest. It's the smaller hot dogs.
It's like a 3-to-1 ratio. Almost.
Yeah, but they get in the regular buns. But I give them a cup, water, alcohol, whatever you want to sit here and dip your bread in. Go on.
So you just dip it in whatever.
They dip in whatever. Like they'll sit here and dip the bread, dip 2 breads and squash them and dip them in and eat that, and then take 2 hot dogs and boom, boom, boom. And it was a lot of techniques going on over there. And shout out to Alex Mine, man, Fort Morgan Police Department, right? So the rules are, you got 10 minutes to consume as many as you can. After the 10 minutes is done, if you ate the most, I'm gonna announce you as the winner, but then you got 2 minutes before you sit here and get really announced the winner. You understand? Because then if you throw up, then you lost. Mm-hmm. And Alex wound up throwing up, man. I felt so bad.
So he ate them.
He ate 17 hot dogs.
And he sat there for a little bit and he's just like, oh shit.
He got up and he was walking around for a little bit and then wham, somebody, and I ain't even seeing somebody in the crowd say, hey, he's throwing up. So I turned and I seen him. I said, oh man, bro. So Alex, not Alex, Jay Bacera.
Yeah.
Jose Bacera, he won, but he ate 16.
Yeah. He's your cousin. He's my cousin.
He's your cousin?
Yeah,
well, that's what's up, man. Yeah, good dude.
I seen him out there with the belt.
With the belt and stuff. Bro, I took a picture with him.
So you're like, what, to like his elbow, dude? I seen it, dude.
Like they asked me, I have people, my family in Hartford, like, yo, what wrestler is that right there, bro? I swear, yo, I'm tiny compared to Jose, man. You seen the picture?
Yeah, I seen the picture.
Man, bro, he's a giant, bro. Like, it's crazy.
What made you kind of start to have like the hot dog eating contest? Was it just because like you saw hot dogs, so it kind of like just fits together, or you were kind of just trying to throw?
I mean, that fit together, but and I was trying to look for something to do for the wintertime because my first contest was in December, and then I sat here and waited a couple of months, and then boom, got another one because my season ends in November. I got October, all of October. I got a couple of car shows and then a couple of private events, and then come November, I'm done. But this year, I'm planning. God bless, man. I'm planning on opening a spot at the block.
Okay.
A Puerto Rican spot. I mean,
because they got the open kitchen.
Yeah, you could do the pop-up kitchen in there. So I'm just gonna sit and do a couple of nights a week, maybe like Friday and Saturday.
So it's gonna be different than hot dogs. It's gonna be like Puerto Rican.
Oh, it ain't gonna be because I'm not trying to saturate everybody with the hot dogs all year round. So I'll just sit here and make them one, because then come March, April, like they wait April 1st, they right there like, yo, listen, when you coming out? It's sometimes be windy as hell out here. I mean, I'm like, I can't right now. I mean, but they waiting. So I like that anticipation. So I leave them anticipating the hot dogs, you know. So
that's one thing like we're curious about. It's like
what's gonna go on in the winter.
What's gonna go in the winter? Because hot dogs are their season. I mean, you can stand out there in the fucking snow, but
I ain't trying to do that. But last
people
year,
ain't trying to go out.
Last year I was a driver for FedEx.
Okay.
And but it's just working for somebody else, bro, man. Knowing I can sit here and get money, you know, on my own, and I'm already established with the business. Just because I got the small business going on right here doesn't mean come November I gotta stop doing it. I love cooking, so I got a pop-up kitchen. Let's do this.
Yeah, find other ways to make money, and then it probably helps so that way people don't completely forget about Freddie, you know, doing his stuff. Yeah. You're still kind of always in the.
That's why my business is called Freddie's New York Hotdogs and Catering. So Freddie's New York Hotdogs, that's what you see now. The catering part is going to be when I do the pop-up restaurant. So,
TBD.
Yeah. But I'm going to have different, because I don't want to do the same menu every week. So it's going to be a different menu. It's a different crowd at the block. I don't know if you drank over there, ever drank over there.
I've been, I mean, I don't go to, I was having that conversation that I don't go to bars really. The after hours is the only place I've been to. But like, so how's the, I want to ask you, so how's the whole thing going? We got the food truck Friday. Like how you got, like with Juan and then the block with Julie and stuff. Like how did that all happen? How did that all entail?
When I was in Florida, they have across the street, right down the street from where I lived, maybe about 10 minutes, they got this spot called the World Food Trucks. they got like 60 food trucks crammed into this one spot, bro. And it's just like, it's a lot more. Kissimmee, Florida, that's where it was at. It migrated. A lot of Puerto Ricans migrated after Hurricane Maria. So it's a lot of Puerto Ricans over there. It's like a little Puerto Rico over there. So the majority of the food trucks over there are Puerto Rican, but they got an African food truck. They got a Dominican. They got all types of food trucks. So I come from that environment. So over here, there's nothing to do. So I needed something to do. And I can't expect anybody to sit here and make my time fun. You understand? So I said, let me sit here and make it happen. And it was just, it wasn't one day to another like, let's do a food truck night. All right, come on, let's do this.
Did you just call them up, or how was it?
Yeah, called them up. Like I went ahead and had a meeting with Julie, and I spoke about it. And at the meeting, and then maybe like a month, 2 months later, when it came back up to him, like, I'm ready. Let's do this. And then it just happened. I know. I go to all the food trucks. I shop at all the food trucks. I sit here and if the food is good, I'm gonna sit here and tell you. But I sit here and I spend money with everybody, and so I got a relationship with everybody. So when I'm doing a food truck night, it's not like I gotta beg people to go over there. I mean, I got people that want to sit here and line up and be part of the movement. And if you sit here and God knows if you ever been, but they sell out, man. They lines be crazy. I had shout out to Ladas, man. Taco Stop. I hope I'm saying it right.
Yeah.
Ladas Taco Stop.
Uh-huh.
And they came out of Wiggins, and they line was crazy long. Like, it was just, but everybody's line was long. Everybody, they make money out there. I mean, so.
Yeah. When you were putting it together, why'd you think of going to like Juan and Julie? Like, why them?
Because like.
When you had this idea of trying to put something.
If you ever see me with anybody, it's gonna be either with my girl. Oh, that's it. Or my little dog. That's it. I don't chill with anybody. I don't be with nobody. I don't care to sit here and be really friends with anybody because of my experiences. You understand? So Juan, he let me sit here and post up. So I gained a relationship with Juan. I mean, like, so me and him, and I see his stuff that he does on his social media pages, and he's real gifted with the flyers. He think he isn't, but he is, man. So he does the flyers, and them things be coming out dope. And so that's why I want to sit here and keep it with the people that sit here. One hand wash the other with me. So the people that sit here and show me love, I'm gonna sit here and show love back. But I always been about the love. But it's hard to get in my circle because it's just only me. But once you're in there, we cool. So.
And it's probably pretty hard to find another spot where you could actually have a whole bunch of food trucks show up and have like a whole bunch of parking too for everybody.
I got another spot though that they already gave me the okay for. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it this year because with the block having so much space, we're able to do a lot more. But definitely for next year, shout out to Nick at Queens. I spoke to him, so we're gonna see him take his back. The back part of it. Nobody's able to park back there. I mean, I can sit here and fit like 10 food trucks back there as well. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna sit here and do that back there. Because man, like. The block, man, them after hours, they make, man, that bar be popping, my guy, man. When the food truck nights, man, I be going in there, I be seeing Julie and Bree, shout out, man, like, they be sweating, like, the sweat coming out, like, yeah, like, they putting them to work, I mean, like, but it's good, it's a good thing. Same thing with the food trucks, I go into the food trucks, and they right there sweating, they be like, the line don't stop, like, it don't supposed to. My God, like, keep it moving, let's do this.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, come on, no. Why not? That's what you out there for.
Yeah.
So is that like a plan to just make it like a monthly regular thing around here?
Yeah, it's gonna be a monthly thing for now, and then hopefully for next year we'll be able to do it twice a month.
Okay.
Not to saturate it because there's a lot of stuff going on in the city also. So I don't want to saturate the stuff. People get bored. You understand? So that's why I'm trying to reach out to a lot of food trucks from not too far from Northeast Colorado, but grasp them something different.
Yeah. No, that's what I was going to ask you about, like how often you want to do them, because I know not too long ago they did one, I think it was a Brush, right? Or what was the other one? Yeah. And they're doing it over there, so
Yeah, people hit me up and ask me, like, so what time you guys going to be? Like, nah, that's not us. And shout out to Brush, but that's not part of our movement. Like I said, I don't want to saturate the city with just doing it every single week. But their hours, I think we're from 11 to 7. You understand? So, but the food trucks that were going over there to Brush, they were part of our event. So obviously they see the food truck and they say Food Truck Friday, so they think it's over there. They think that we're over there, but it was just.
So then Brush is doing like their own kind of thing too.
Yeah, it's at Ebenezer. Ebenezer, they tore down a building right across the street. So it's like a dirt lot now. So you could fit maybe a few food trucks out there if you wanted to. And so, you know, they asked me if I wanted to go out there, but I was just so busy doing so many things, man, that I couldn't do it. And so they said it's Food Truck Friday, and but they're only 11 to 7. You know, we sit here and we start from 5 all the way to 10, but the bar stays open till 2 o'clock in the morning. So
you got to rebrand it something else. Like when people hear the name, they think of this one and not like Food Truck Friday.
Yeah,
it's
we
like,
trying to sit here and we trying to do something else, something creative.
Freddy's Friday, bro.
I don't want to sit here. I'm like humble, bro. I'm too humble. I want to sit here like Juan be putting my picture up on there. Like, yo, get my picture now. Put your picture up there. Just put my logo up there, my guy. I mean, like, I'm not. I don't. How can I say? I'm not starstruck like that, my guy. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to be out there like that.
Yeah, so now, if you give me permission, I'm gonna do a like observation on you. Like, so like you're like, you want to do the Food Truck Friday stuff. You're like maybe once a month, once every 2 months. It seems like you want to do it more just to get everybody together, so everybody could come up and do some stuff. I think like, and probably other people won't say because I feel like they might be a little scared for the backlash. But it's like, I think them trying to do it every week, they're getting away from the purpose of like trying to make a community thing, getting everybody together. And they're doing it more just like for the money. Like, damn, it hit good, dude. Let's go make some money. They're just doing it for the money, and they're getting away from the purpose. Like that's what I think. Well, I don't think, I know. That's what usually crushes businesses when they just start going. They don't have a purpose. They don't have a mission of what they're actually trying to do. They're just trying to make a buck.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's cool. It'll be good for a bit, but how long is that gonna last? Because you don't got a mission. Like, what do you stand for? Like all this. And over there, they're just trying to like, let's just make some money. Cool. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know.
And it's crazy that you say that because yesterday, matter of fact, I got a phone call from one of my spots now that I sit here and I set up. I'm not going to say and put nobody on blast. But he calls me up and asks me like, yo, you listen, you know this person and this person with this, I guess they got a truck, like they do cookies. I don't know. But I never heard of the name before. So I said, no, I don't know. So they were like, oh, well, they called me and asked me if you can sit here and come over here and set up over here with you on Saturdays. So, you know, I said, yo, it's your property or whatever. I mean, but I feel comfortable just sitting here, being here alone because now, mind you, I've been here 2 years. Bro, like, I put in hustle to this right here. For me to sit here and rub elbows with the people that I'm rubbing elbows with now, and for me to sit here and get, like, I got into me trying to beg for spots to now spots calling me. I turned down spots like I'm good. Like, there's spots that sat here and shout out to them. I ain't gonna put them out there, but that didn't give me a chance in the beginning. Now they want me, I'm like, I'm good, I'm straight.
Hey, that always happens, dude. It comes around.
Just remember, bro,
like, and I take that personal, my guy, because like, I wouldn't do you like that.
Yeah.
If I see you hustling, I mean, and you got a hustle mentality and you trying to get that money, like, yeah, come on, let's do this. I got you.
But then to add on that, you don't think it was kind of necessary for that? Because then you're just like, oh, you don't want to give me a chance? Like, all right, watch me.
Yeah, it made me more hungry.
It's like, I don't know if you've seen a video of Dana White. He's talking about, like, they're interviewing him. He's like, bet against me, motherfucker. Watch me.
Yeah.
He's like, bet against me.
Yeah.
I dare you. And it's like the same thing. It's like they don't give you the spot. Like, now you want it? It's like, now you want it, bro? Like,
and that's what got me intrigued about the block with the pop-up kitchen, because when I went to I had a meeting with them and they said, man, listen, every restaurant that tried to pop up over here, they failed. So I took that as a challenge, like, oh yeah, so I'm not gonna fail. I already know, like, the following that I got now I didn't have last year. But last year I wasn't into the social media. Like, now I got a little Facebook, but that's all I got. Facebook business page, little Instagram or whatever. That's why I need you to sit here and
now we'll get you, dude.
It was last year I was only out Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. This year, like I said, I'm out all week, and it's just like, it's a process. So for you to sit here and try to say that you know me, that I wouldn't have no issue with you on there on Saturdays, and I won't have no issue if you put in the work. You understand? But I'm gonna let you sit here and ride with me after I put in all the work. No way. I'm good with
just
all
get
that.
the easy train on.
No way.
No, bro.
No way. And I mean, like, I can't. And it's just not me. I'm not trying to be grimy or trying to sit here and hate on anybody's stuff, but a lot of doors closed on me too now, and I mean, like, a lot of doors closed on me. A lot of people was not messing with me. I don't know if it was because of the tattoos, my demeanor, like, but I don't change. I'm the same dude. If you sat here and met me 5 years ago, I'm the same dude. And now people see that. I go to stores, I sit here and I spend, and it's, you know, it's they see me now. Now they be like, yo, thank you for doing what you're doing for the city. Like, bro, like, I'm good now. I'm doing this for us. And I love it because that block thing, now that you say something about the Food Truck Fridays, it's like a 90s feel. Like, I'm right here set up right next to the deck. Bro, on that deck, it was no bullshit. Nobody was arguing. There was people intoxicated, but, yo, it was like a 90s vibe, my guy. And I was like, yeah, look at this, right? This what it's about right here. And everybody was just family, my guy, family. If you wasn't family with anybody then, by the second beer, you was family. You was a primo. I mean, so.
One thing I noticed, too, is that, like, a lot of those people are on their phones, too, and they're just kind of just enjoying the moment, enjoying the event, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I seen a lot of pictures, and they still videos that I haven't seen, but the second one, they had live music in there. They showed pictures of the live music. I swear it was like Bon Jovi was about to perform in there. All the chairs were packed down the rows, my guy, and people were standing there waiting for them to sit here. And shout out to Whiskey Pickles, man. That's the people that sat here was performing over there.
I saw them set up, but I didn't stay. I had some stuff to do, but yeah, I think it's a different vibe for sure that it kind of gives off. That's why I feel like you kind of have like little purpose driven behind it. So that's why when it's just money driven, like it's only gonna last for so long. Man, you gotta have something else.
Yeah, and I sit here and I'm glad we're on live air, I mean, so I can see him put this out there, but I charge all the food trucks $50, but the block charges a $50 fee. So even though it's my event, I even pay the $50, but all the money goes to the block. I don't see none of that money. I'm not greedy like that, my guy. Like, I'm making money. You understand, right then and there. So I don't need that. It's going back to the block. Whatever we can sit here and do for the next one to make it better, we got a budget now. You understand? So all that money go back to the block. So I don't want nobody to sit here thinking that I'm pocketing any money. Like, I'm good, man. Like, I'm too old for that. I mean, like, I done sat here and lost it and got it back. Lost it again. I mean, and now I'm getting it back, my guy. I mean, so, but this time, like, I'm not selfish with it. I'm giving now. And I mean, like, I'm bro, like I said, man, quality of life right now, man, you lucky to get past 70 years old, my guy. So I'm trying to give as much as I can now. And I mean, like, so, but yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering, I wanted to ask you about, you're talking about your tattoos and stuff. Do you get people, like, you show up somewhere, like, I don't know if now, but, like, you show up somewhere, they kind of, like, size you up just because you got tats up?
Not now, because everybody got tattoos now, I mean, but before, yeah. Before, it's just, when I'm walking up, it's something different once I open up my mouth, and then once I sit here, and then you're comfortable. Once you get comfortable with me, you good, you know that it's just, I don't know, man. Like, I'm just me, bro. Like, I can't change this. I've been like this all my life. I can't change this, you know. Like, so, and it's gotten me into trouble, but it's also, now I'm seeing that it's making me, like, rub elbows and shake hands with Lindale. Shout out to Lindale, man, the mayor. She comes and goes to the hot dog cart all the time. She loved the hot dogs. And I always give her a shout out. She always giving me a shout out. So it's just, yeah, man, I had a lot of people come to the hot dog cart that I would never think would come. Man,
yeah.
It's cool.
And it's also like a new type of kind of like business and food, like from like New York style, bringing it all the way to Colorado. Like a lot of people aren't familiar with that stuff, so it's kind of like might take people like a little bit of time to get comfortable with the food, get comfortable with you and stuff. But once they do, it's like
it's good. So there's a guy that he's from New York, he's from Brooklyn, and he came up to the hot dog cart, and he sat here and he said, "I'm gonna sit here and see if you're really got the real onion sauce." I said, "Man, go ahead and taste it, bro." He's back every week, and all he gets is the hot dog and the onion sauce on there. I mean,
that's it.
And God got him.
Poor guy with the onion sauce. Goddamn.
Yeah, got him. I hope you're not listening, man. It's good for you, I promise.
Oh, that's great. So what do you got for like? What goals do you have for like your business for like say the next year or the next like 3 years? Like what do you see doing it? Like what vision do you have?
All right, so my vision right now is I want to sit here and get another. See, sometimes it's not good to sit here and spill the beans on what you're trying to say and do,
That's
because a
true.
lot of sit here and people. But I'm gonna sit here and tell you
Just
because
say as much as you want, because too, it's like loose lips sink ships. So it's like
but you
keep
know
it
what
tight.
though? It's I come from the era like last of a dying breed, my guy. So you got to sit here and really get under this skin for me to say I'm gonna do it regardless. If I'm gonna do it regardless, but I plan on getting another cart, and I have a lot of people that sit here and come to the cart. And not that I feel offended, but I feel a little type of way when they're like, you need Chicago dogs. Like, I'm from New York. I mean, stop playing with me. I mean, I'm from New York. But they asking for the Chicago, so I might sit here and buy another cart and Chicago style. And have just a New York style hot dog cart and a Chicago style hot dog cart. And then hire a couple of people to sit here and run it. And then me being at the block, I can sit here and do all my prep at the block, cook for both carts, and they just come over here, pick up their food, boom, and just keep it moving. And I just be at the block doing my little pop-up stuff, you know? So, but that's my plans, man, yeah.
Oh,
I'm trying to expand. I'm trying to get up there.
Yeah, no, that's good. You always have to have somewhere where you're going towards, because a lot of people, you believe it or not, you'll be like, so where do you see yourself? And you're like, oh, no, yeah, just growing. Oh, fuck, growing, how big? Give me a number. I don't know. I just want to make some more money. What's the number? Like, they haven't even thought about it. They just want, so it's like you're never gonna get more. Like you're just saying.
Yeah, I'm the backup plan. I don't got nobody else, my guy. I'm the backup plan. So, bro, I quit my job sitting here in my last job at Carco to do this right here. Like, I went all in, like, so I ain't had no choice, man. I had to be out there hustling. My first event ever was what's the Buffalo Beef Plant over there in Brush. I went over there and did their little luncheon. It was one of the windiest days of my life. My flame kept on shutting off. Oh my God, I didn't feed everybody, and it was my first event. I'll never. They say you'll never forget your first event. I'll never forget that first event, bro. Yo, I gave out voucher to about. I didn't feed out of 200 people. Like 200 people, I didn't feed like 15.
Oh, so you pretty much, yeah.
That's still a good chunk, though.
But the lady that sat here and hired me for the event, she said, no, we're going to sit here and send them out 10 at a time. You're going to be able to... Bro, that line was like 100 people, my guy, all the way to the back. I'm like, and then they looking at me like, you want me to sit here and help you? Like, nah, I'm good. I got this. Just, you talking about 10 at a time. You got 100 people in line right now, you know what I mean? But so,
she said 10 at a time, but like every 2 minutes she was sending people out.
bro,
there.
she was just sending them, my guy. Like, they just had everybody waiting in line, everybody looking at their clocks. I'm looking at mine, like, bro. But it's an experience. Look what we doing now.
Have you been out there back since then?
I haven't been back there since.
Shit.
And it's crazy, 'cause like I gave away 15 vouchers for free meals. I haven't seen not one of them vouchers. Let me find out they feeling some type of way towards me now, man. But nah, man, it was my first event. You know, you live and you learn, and I had other events after that though. I did Leprino's event also. You know, so right there at the park. So
do you do like birthday parties and stuff like that too?
yeah, I do birthday parties.
Whatever?
Whatever you want me to. Yo, bro,
Okay.
like
Weddings.
Weddings?
Yeah, whatever. I wouldn't need a squad, but yeah, I'll do whatever. Like I'm Puerto Rican, so I got island food. That's my main staple, my main goal. But I cook Chinese food, I cook Indian food, Jamaican food. I cook whatever. I got a passion for it. I mean, it's all Caribbean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I got a passion for cooking, my guys. So I cook whatever you want me to cook. And if I don't know how to cook it, I'll sit here and learn. So I can do that, or if you want me to pull up to your house, to your backyard with the hot dog cart, I mean, my little chef shirt on looking like Ramsay, we can do that, I mean. It's good. I'll do whatever.
If you need some samplers for those, just let me know. I got you.
bro.
I'll take some.
I'll
As long
be
as
your
it doesn't
taste
have
tester.
onion. As long as it doesn't have onion, I'll be your tester.
I ain't gonna tell you it's onion. I got you. I'm gonna say here, mask it real nice. I got onion inside my chili, but I chop it so fine and I cook it that by the time it renders off, by the time it hits your hot dog, there's no onion in it. You just get a little bit of the flavor. I mean,
So what
I fucked up a potential cuss.
I was just like, damn,
the
dude. I'm gonna fucking just watch you make it now. Just be like, oh.
skip the chili on that
Bro,
one.
listen, let me tell you, man. Like, people sat here and they don't like onions and they taste. It's just the sweetness of the onions with the sourness of the sauerkraut, and then it got spicy brown mustard, but it's not spicy like with jalapenos, like with chili. It's spicy with horseradish. So it just, that combination is ridiculous, man. Like, I never ate it before, but when I tasted it, oh, bro, it's fire. That's good.
So where could people find you if they want to like know a little bit more about you or see where you're posting up next?
Go on my Facebook page, on my business page, Freddie's New York Hotdogs and Catering. You see me, find me on there. A lot of people sit here. I post every day, but they say they don't sit here and see the post. But
It's because they're not following it. They're fucking haters.
Yeah,
They're
Because
not
they need to go and click like and follow.
Yeah, they gotta like and follow. So I don't know none of that stuff right there.
Yeah.
See,
They're like, I can't see in your post. Like, yeah, bro, because you're not following the page. That's why you're not seeing it. You gotta hit the button.
It's crazy, man, with the Facebook, bro. Because I sit here and I get new page and new followers and new page likes, but I'm not about the clout. I mean, so that I don't sit here and get a hard on off of that, my guy. You feel what I'm saying? It's just another day, and I mean, like, the more I get, but let's go. I mean, like, I know people is tasting the food, and I never had a bad. God bless me, knock on this wood right here, wherever the wood at, man. I never had a bad review, man. One time, matter of fact, let me see. One time we was at the first Bob Stock. I was in Queens, and I had a few hot dogs left that were cooked, and I sat here and threw some new hot dogs in there, and I wound up serving the lady a cold hot dog, and I was dying to sit here and see her again for this Bob Stock, but I didn't. I was gonna sit here and the hot dog would have been on me, but that was the only time I ever messed up, man. God bless, man. But I love what I do. I would never sit here and give it out a trashy hot dog. I'll throw it away and make another one. That's why by like 2 o'clock, 2:30, if the chili ain't looking like I want it to look, then I done broke a lot of hearts at 2:30. Like, bro, I'm good. I'm shut down. And be like, damn. Like, but
No, it's good. It's quality.
Yeah.
Quality over quantity.
Yeah, facts.
But no, man, appreciate you for coming on.
We good, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Thanks.
Yeah, we'll put all your links like down in the description so people can check it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to come out here, man. Appreciate it.
Good,
Appreciate
man.
it, brother.
Appreciate y'all, man. Good luck.
Everybody stay up to date on the next Food Truck Friday. But remember, an act of rebellion is to question. Appreciate it, guys.
Catch you on the next one.
Later.
Yeah. Underrated, we the underdogs, underestimated. Yeah.